Hey everybody, I'm going to share the team that I've been running. It has been extremely successful. Um, there's been maybe one or two battles that were close. Pretty much nothing has stood up to it. So I'm using 3 of the Jerrys. I'm using the Warrior tank and, the Healer tank and caster Jerrys. We confirm that because it all starts to run together. So I'm using the healer, the tank, the caster Jerry, and then Jin. And this has been, I'm on a 26 winning streak right now. It's so easy. And you may or may not have all these runes, but you should be able to get something that should make you successful on your level. So let's look at the abilities. So I have all 3 of those heroes are fast. The healer, care for the sick, the lowest hit point ally gets healed each turn. That really doesn't matter. But Honorbound does matter. Because with Honorbound, you get 50% damage resistance from Jin. So your team becomes highly survivable. This one just happened to have lead by example. It ends up kind of working out well for this hero. So, yeah. I did take from the ashes. It's actually come in pretty handy a couple of times. So, I don't tend to get to the 3rd round, but I think it might start powered. I don't know. Or something else causes it to get powered. Maybe Festives or something. I don't know. And Shard of Darkness. So allies start the dungeon with Foresight. And the more heroes you have with this, the more stacks of Foresight you get. Foresight is what blocks things like silence and everything else. So I'm not getting silenced. And I'm able to act the first turn. For abilities, I have Emily's Res. I have, this is... Nub. Yeah, Nub's buffs attack by 106% and defense by 105%, times 2 for nature allies. So it's tripling your attack and tripling your defense for everybody except Jen, because all of the Jerrys are green. And I've got Enlightenment. So heals an ally for 10,000 health, gives them haste, and increases their speed for a turn. So I can make Jin fast. He goes from slow to fast. So all my heroes end up fast round 1. Followed by the next one in the line is the tank. The tank is kind of critical. So I'm fast. I have Abs of Steel. It really doesn't matter. But, the Abs of Steel means I'm only taking 20% of max hit points at a time. Honorbound, once again, so critical because you're getting that damage reduction. Scourge Hide, also very important. So, no matter what, between Foresight and Scourge Hide, this hero is never going to be starting a turn like crowd controlled. Volatile components, so basically if you die, you do damage back to whoever hits you, and this has finished fights for me in the past. And then once again, Shard of Darkness, so that's 2 stacks so far of Foresight that you get at the beginning of the battle. Abilities. Combustion is the most important. So, Combustion here means it's a melee physical attack on a target enemy and up to 2 others with the most energy for 1043 base damage. So, with the most energy means it's going to target all the people with Festives. Resets all abilities on enemies that are hit down to max cooldown. So, basically strips all of their energy away. Pretty devastating. So as opposed to a silence, which can be dispelled and only lasts a turn, if you go to, say, let's just look for rezzing. So let's look at Emily. Round 1, Emily, we look at her abilities. Her Angelic Resurrection has a 5-turn cooldown. So you hit her with that, and it's going to be 5 turns before she can res. Or Lily. We look at Lily and look at what it takes her to do her vines. I can find Lily. Come on, Lily. Where are you? Come on. How is she? I'm sure I probably went right past her. There she is. So you look at her vines, and that's 5 turns for the vines. She's not going to get haste for another 3 turns. She's not going to be able to do one with nature for another 4 turns. Unless she's getting energy from something. But even so, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a quick cooldown. Like a respite from taking any attacks. Then I've got Guarding Strike, which is a melee physical attack on a target, and buffs allies' defense by 85%. So if the other thing isn't up, this will be. And Fist of Justice, ranged physical attack with 10% splash damage, and it lowers attack and defense on enemies hit. Massively good. That's Stone Fist. It's Stone Fist thing. These 2 aren't required. Combustion is. And then finally, I'm running the Caster. Also fast. Electric Feel means I've got a chance to shock melee attackers and a chance to shock on attack. Not really that important. Honor-bound. Critical. So, once again, he gets the damage resistance from being honor-bound. This one particular version has a Fiery Soul, so he's immune to fire and spirit damage. If he dies, allies gain a random stat buff or a heal. Almost never dies. And stack number 3 of Foresight. So you're starting the dungeon. Every single hero is starting the dungeon with 3 stacks of Foresight. And they're all fast, except for Jin. So there's that stuff. His abilities, I just went for a lot of damage and utility. So I've got Doombolt, which is ranged shield-piercing lightning attack, plus 50% versus armored, which means it pretty much one-shots Emily no matter what. Which also causes follow-ups by Jin. I took Heist, which is Ignis's ability. So it's a ranged spirit attack that drains 1 energy and steals all buffs and adds them to the caster. That's huge. And then Chain Lightning. So I've actually got 2 of them between this and Jin's Chain Lightning. 2 or 3. I might even have... No, it's just 2. So both of those just do massive damage. They're useless against Emily, but massive damage. And finally, I have Jin. I'm going to show Jin's runes real quick for context. So, Jin's got all the normal stuff. But his runes, I threw the Honor-Bound runes on him. I mean, basically, he's just stacked for damage. I didn't even put Festives on him because it doesn't matter for this. I've got 2 Honor-Bound runes. An Elite Hero rune, just with some damage penetration. Well, I did put a Festive. I got 1 Festive on him, and it's because it had the most attack. And then I've got the attack-based Unbreakable Heart. That's Jin's runes. Come back here, look at these guys. So, Healer Jerry, I have 5 Festives. And if you don't have the blue one, they're in the shop right now. Even if you have to get a superior, grab one. So 5 Festives so that he can use Enlightenment round 1. Critical. absolutely critical. This is the whole Zen idea. Tank Jerry, I have 4 Festives so that he can use Combustion round 1. So there are a lot of Festives on this build. So I've got 2 green, a yellow, a purple, and then I've got a blue attack Unbreakable Heart. And then the Caster Jerry is running... So I've got a Hero Rune and a Shield Piercing Rune, Unbreakable Heart, a Healer Rune, and just another Damage Pen Rune. So the runes, I mean, yeah, there's 6 Festives and 4 friggin' Unbreakable Hearts. But it's worth it. And it is so effective. Let me just show you how the friggin' team works. Alright, so 53-15, is any one of these higher? 55-61 with Emily. This is the team that everybody's complaining about. Alright, so step 1, notice I'm not silenced. Step 1, Enlightenment on Jin. Jin is going to use the Calm Before, not because of the silence, but because of the damage buff. And then he's going to use Storm of the Ancestors. And then we're going to follow up now the tank. It's going to use Combustion. I don't have a choice as to who to target first, but it should hit probably Emily, Valken, and it'll definitely hit Lily, and then probably Emily and Valken. Nope, okay, so Valken doesn't have 3 Festives. Kind of surprising. Notice Jin is almost dead already. And now it's my caster's turn. So we'll target that. Notice how much punishment I'm taking and just absorbing it. And then I'm healed back to full. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit Stout Team. I'm going to go ahead and debuff their attack and defense. Finish off Jin. Mind you, remember, Emily has no energy. Neither does Lily. Let's finish off Valken. I'm going to go ahead and do another defense buff. I'm going to kill Emily. And I'm going to kill Lily. Or go ahead and put her into stone or oak form. Wait till she comes back out with just basic attacks. This might actually pull her out. It's going to get rid of any of the stacks of plant growth that she has, though. And then we're just going to finish her. And yes, I can hear people saying, yes, that's with Gravy's team and Gravy's runes and whatever else. These are 4 or 3 Jerrys. Other than the fact that they're 6-star Jerrys, which, yeah, I realize it's a little bit more difficult to get, but it's heroes that everybody should have. The Jin is 6-star, yes. Lots of people have 6-star Jins now. Let's see if this one's a little... Okay, so we got a 58 with Jin, Lily, Agnon, and Hansuke. So once again, this is a legit team, not some pushover team. Then one hero down. So now all 3 of these heroes will get hit. None of them have any energy now. So there's no Terror Storm, there's no Plummeting Doom. And Suke's dead. Agnon's dead. Lily is practically dead. And, I mean, that's it. I can beat Lily teams with this team all day long. I can take punishment. You should see I have no defense on these teams. Like, almost none. And just steamrolling them. Oh my god, somebody's using Jabber? Ah! My man, oh, it's a cheap team, but even so. I mean, I got convinced to use Jabber on the stream the other day, and turns out with, whoops, not what I wanted to do. Turns out with enablement runes, Jabber is pretty badass. So, and this video is getting a little longer, but this will be the last one we do. Haste. Install Calm Before. Storm of the Ancestors. Combustion. Doesn't even matter. And the thing is, if any of these heroes die, this guy can res, and nobody's going to kill him fast enough that he doesn't pop back up. Oh, look. He's rezzed. And now he's tasted. Let's do a damage debuff. There's another one down. Kill him. And then just leisurely take out Lily. And we'll do a massive attack buff. Done. So hopefully this helps. Just keep going through and building until you get the key abilities that I showed here. And there's really, I mean, the runes, just get as close as you can to the runes. And you'll just start steamrolling stuff. Absolutely. Play like I showed you, and you will be all good. So, thanks everybody for watching. I hope it helped. Peace.